Hello. I just finished watching my best friend's wedding. It's the 22nd anniversary of the film this year. They celebrated with a reunion for Entertainment Weekly, and it made me so happy because they're my favorite films of all time. So I just wanted to do a video about it, talking about it, because how I don't even remember how I even watched it or why I watched it. I was like in 7th grade when I watched it, and I don't remember how I discovered it. Like a lot of films, I don't remember. Like some of them I remember, a lot of them I don't remember. Like what happened, or like what led me to watching it. I really don't remember because for a very, very long time, I always said that Julia Roberts was my favorite actress, and I think maybe that's why I started watching it. Like, I started watching more of her movies because I saw Runaway Bride when I was, I think, around that age, and I loved that movie, and so I still love that movie. And then I started watching more of her films, and like I watched Aaron Brockovich when I was probably in like 8th or ninth grade. So I watched a lot of her films, but 7th grade I watched this. I still don't know why, or how or whatever, but I did. I watched it. Um, what's funny is that like obviously for 7th grade, like a lot of people aren't gonna want to watch it or be interested in it because it's like it's a grown-up film, and it is really. Um, but because like my uncle was engaged to this woman for a while. They're not together anymore, but she had a daughter like my age or something, and so I was showing her this film, and she wasn't into it, and so we had to turn it off because she wasn't interested in it, and I was just like, oh, okay, so it's not a film that most people my age would like. Um, and I didn't realize that, and I was like, okay. But I used to watch this, like, literally every week, like, for months. It would be like, I would just constantly want to watch this. And so I've seen it a lot of times, like, so many times. I love the soundtrack. I love Rupert Everett. I love everything about it. It's so different from a lot of romantic comedies, and there's a lot of real things in it. Like she doesn't end up with the guy that she's setting out to be with. Like she doesn't end up with him, and he doesn't love her, and it's not like there's ever a point in the film where he's like hinting that he loves her. There might be a scene where he acts jealous, but I don't think it's so much jealousy as he's just confused about what's going on and more than anything. And he never says he loves Julia Roberts' character, not one time. Um, so it's just like I just think it's unique and different and realistic, and just because you think you claim to love somebody, it doesn't really mean that you do, because really Julia Roberts' character is the one trying to get him back because he's getting married. But the thing is that if you watch the movie enough times, she said when he called her, when she was doing her review, whatever, that she hadn't spoken to him in a while, and she hadn't really thought about him in a while. So then he calls her and says he's getting married. I mean, her and Michael had this pact that if they weren't married by the time they were 28, they would marry each other. And so she doesn't love him. She just panics because she's 28 or around 28. I don't really know for sure. And so she panics because it's like she had this person, this black backup plan, and he's leaving, he's not going to be available anymore, and she's afraid that she's going to end up all by herself. And she knows Michael, they're best friends, so she's comfortable with him, or she feels safe with him. So she doesn't want him marrying somebody else because she's afraid, again, like she won't find anybody else that she will connect with like that. And it's not love because, again, she didn't even think about him again until he called her. And she didn't even think about that pact until, again, he called her. So if she loved him, I would think that she would have kept up with him a lot more than she had previously, maybe called him more and caught up with him more, and not just when he calls her saying he's going to get married, that is the time that she, like, oh, I love him, when it's like, you had all this time before and you did it, and you dated for a month, and she never said she loved him then. So it's like, it was all very like, she was afraid of being alone, and he was marrying somebody that, and she felt threatened and she felt scared. And I think a lot of people don't realize that that is actually what was going on. She didn't actually love Michael. It was a very selfish thing that she was doing. It wasn't out of love. It wasn't out of anything like that. It was just out of fear of being all alone. Like, this bridge scene, as much as I love that quote, he wasn't saying that he wanted her to say that she loved him in that moment. He wasn't planning on saying it to her. He was just saying, because he said when they were dating, she never said she loved him. And so he was just saying that his fiance said that you should tell people when you love them, or a moment will pass you by. And he's just talking about that. He's not hinting at anything else. He's not hinting at anything. He's not wanting anything. He's just explaining that theory that Kimmy has to Julia's character, I guess, to be like, hey, you need to express how you feel when you feel it with the person that you're with in that moment. And it wasn't anything else. It wasn't underlying, like, I want you to say it to me, because she did, and he didn't say it back, So he didn't love her, and that wasn't his point. Yeah, it was just such a great film, and I'm so happy they reunited. It made me so happy. I have no idea how excited I was. So those are my thoughts and feelings on my best friend's wedding, and that's all. Goodbye.